Welcome back to the Mucho podcast on the youtube.com with Alexander and Dydine.
YouTube.com, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey on where we inspire people. Today is the third episode of how to create a podcast.
Yeah. That's true. Yes,
yeah. So if you have watched the previous 2 episodes, you're now on the journey to create your RSS feed. RSS feed?
Yes, RSS feed.
All right, so can you get into that? Can you?
I will,
this is your
course.
thing. It's not my thing.
Of course.
I'm trying here.
Yes. So yeah, once you have started your podcast, once you have recorded, once you have the edited, completed version of it, and it's now an MP3 file or WAV file, and you're ready to upload that thing, then you have some questions. First of all, where do I upload it? And what on earth is an RSS feed? Everybody's talking about an RSS feed. I don't know.
What does it stand for?
Well, an RSS feed actually literally stands for really simple syndication. And that just means it's really simple to then syndicate or distribute your podcast to the streaming services.
Can you remind our viewers how you create that? Yeah.
Well, first you need to find a podcast hosting site. And so we use Sounder FM for this podcast. And then another podcast that we use Buzzsprout, which is, I think, more popular. A lot of people have heard of Buzzsprout. But we use Sounder because it was relatively inexpensive at the time of this podcast.
Starting the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. But they're good. I like them. And, they keep on growing. I think they were new when we started. Now they've since, had several updates, and they're solid. I like them a lot.
Would you give examples of how few of those are out there, the ones that can try?
I don't know off the top of my head. You want to look them up?
The few that you know.
Let's look them up. As of 2021, November 2021, you got Buzzsprout, there's Captivate, Transistor, Castos. You got RSS.com, PodBean. I've heard of PodBean. Resonate, and then the one we're using, like I said, Sounder FM. So there's a bunch of them. And I think they vary in price. Some of them are free. Some of them have very bare bones free versions, and the pro versions obviously offer more. I know some of them offer like free transcription, like you can transcribe your entire podcast, which is helpful. And then like podcast scheduling, like YouTube has YouTube scheduling, podcast scheduling. So there's a bunch of them that you could choose, and I don't know a lot of those, so just look them up. I'll put them in the link, the description below.
They are mostly self-explanatory, right? Like if once you choose one, you have instructions. It's like
it's fairly straightforward. It's not terribly confusing, especially now. I mean, look, just watch more and more YouTube videos. You'll learn all about these things.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
YouTube University.
YouTube University, that's right. But yeah, it is pretty straightforward. And they'll walk you through how to start a podcast, how to upload. You usually just have to create an account. And again, a lot of them are free, so you don't have to even pay. And you get pretty standard, features. So once you have your content ready to be distributed, then they'll give you the RSS feed, the really simple syndication. And it's a feed link that allows you to then copy into different streaming services like Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all of that.
So you upload your audios, all 3 different episodes. You give them the title and everything.
Right. On
everything
the
you do it in
site.
The podcast hosting site.
Yes.
That's where you do all the titles and everything you need.
Yes.
How your finished product is gonna look like. You do it in the hosting site.
Yes.
Okay, so and then it gives you that link that you'll be distributing. So it's only the link that you need from the hosting site to distribute to every other platform.
That's literally the only thing you need.
It's perfect.
But I will say, when you start, when you begin the process of distributing, you need to make sure your artwork is like the album artwork or the podcast artwork needs to be specific to the parameters of each streaming service. So Apple Podcast, for instance, their podcast artwork require, I think it's like 1400 by 1400. So you can use a program like Canva or other designing applications to create that artwork. And then you make sure it is in the correct parameters. But I think that's one of the bigger things that will hold people up if the album artwork is not up to par.
Oh, I see.
But once you have that, and I think maybe another couple things, maybe it's like the episode count or something, but definitely the RSS feed.
Yeah.
And again, that's very straightforward. You'll find that within the podcast hosting site, they'll give you the RSS link and they'll tell you then how to apply it to different streaming services.
Yeah, so everything is really easy.
Once
you've done I feel like since we've been talking about how to start a podcast from the beginning, I feel like the hard part is actually the beginning, when you're like getting the idea and right.
Look, and most things in life, the hardest part is just starting.
True. Foundation is always, but if you do your foundation right, your house will not crumble.
That's good. That's true. It's very simple though. It's not. I just want to say that just because I thought it was complicated. Like that was for me the most intimidating part. Because I thought I was gonna have to go through so many, so many things, so many processes. Yes, I thought I was gonna jump through a whole bunch of hoops to try to make this happen, but it was a lot easier than I thought it was.
Yeah, a lot of the things we just have to jump into it and learn as we go. Just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of starting.
Exactly.
Even if you know nothing, you're gonna learn through the journey.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Much like people who are afraid to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very easy, very simple.
You're so.
Matter of fact, I'll point to it right now.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, well.
But you did it right.
Thank you.
Subscribe below, please.
Subscribe below.
Support us. We are now 104.
104 subscribers.
I know. Thank you, 104 subscribers. We appreciate your support. Everything we're doing is for you. And if you're new to our channel, this is Alex and Dydine. And we talk about cultures,
I'm Alex,
education.
She's Dydine. You pointed to me. You said Alex Dydine. Just in case that got confused. I'll stop.
See you next time.
All right, we'll see you next time.